The word that's resonating with me lately is pause. Just pause and enjoy the moments, because I think we miss a lot of the blessings in our rushing, in our hurry, and our striving to prove something or to be something. You are amazing and prosperous and great just for being you. Yes, we can improve on who we are and how we affect the world and all those things. There's growth always involved. As a life mastery coach, of course, I'm about growth and improvement, but learning to pause and enjoy the moment on it, to me, that brings more abundance into your life than ever before.
Welcome to Inspired Choice today. I'm your host, Caroline Biesalski, here to bring you authentic stories, surprising lessons, and powerful takeaways to fuel your journey in business and life. In each episode, I'll take you from one inspiring guest to the next, blending their experiences with my expertise to uncover practical strategies you can use right away. Whether you're starting out or stepping up, stay tuned for insights and actionable tips that make a difference. And stick around until the end for a special freebie just for our listeners. Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline and my today's guest is Donna Tashjian, and I'm so happy that she said yes to our interview. How are you doing today?
I am fabulous. How are you?
I'm fantastic as well because I get to interview you and I would like to introduce you to the audience.
My pleasure.
You are an international spiritual intelligence method coach. You help driven individuals achieve their dreams while maintaining harmony in their lives. By unlocking the power of spiritual intelligence, you guide them to abundance, prosperity, and fulfillment without compromising health or relationships. Welcome to the Inspired Podcast, Donna Tashjian.
Thank you.
This is you. I'm impressed and inspired already. And my first question is, so many people chase success but end up feeling unfulfilled. How does spiritual intelligence shift the way we achieve abundance?
Well, how we achieve abundance. I was caught on the word of success that you said. That stood out to me as well. When we look, it depends on how you define success and abundance is one of the keys. And a lot of times we're looking at someone else's or the world's opinion, somebody else's of what is success. And if you just pause and think about that for a minute, is what is success to you? And a lot of times we're chasing something that really isn't success. I was talking with a coach yesterday and asked her, she was like, well, I don't feel like I have enough clients. I'm like, well, how many clients do you want? What would be success to you? I'm like, do you want 100 clients? She goes, no way, I don't have time for 100. And I'm like, well, what do you want? And so many times we don't take the time to answer the question of what I actually do want. Am I the one designing my life, or is someone else's opinion? Who's writing your chapters? And that's the first part. I'm going to answer your question twofold. So that's the first part that stood out to me is, if you're following what success is to you, then at the end of your life, you won't have any regrets because you're pursuing what's most important to you. And that has changed for me what the priorities are over the different decades that I've lived in. When my kids were small, they were the number one thing. And when, and as they got older, things began to shift on what was the priority that I've spent most of my time. But being a mother was one of the things that was important to me to be a success. So therefore, I did activities around that. What spiritual intelligence has to do with it has to do with all of this picture is everything first starts with the unseen. And what I mean by that, everything was first a thought before it became a thing. including the world. God thought, spoke, and the world was created. And the desk we're sitting at, the computers we're talking on, the house we're in, the building we're in was somebody's thought before it became into reality. And so when we begin to live life that way, understanding that we're a creator, I call it co-partnering with God. When we understand it from that way, then I am not reactive to circumstances. I'm responsive and also know that the thoughts I think, the actions I take create my tomorrows. So that is, I could go a lot longer, but that's the answer to that question.
Oh, what a great answer to start with. Thank you so much. And you said God created, yes, the world, the universe. And I learned a sentence, I mean, in English, right? I mean, I learned a sentence yesterday or the day before, and it was the sentence, let there be light.
Yes.
I mean, that this is the sentence from the Bible.
Absolutely.
I know this fits into what you said.
It does.
And yeah, and then you talked about
In
success.
any situation, I can say, let there be light. And so, yes, that's one of my favorite phrases.
Oh, I know, yeah, because this was missing a little bit, and I just learned it because I know the Bible in German, let's say, and every time I translate it, then it's not the real, the real. So you have to learn it word by word when you want to quote it, I think. But when I spread the when I recite like a story or so from the Bible, everyone knows what I'm talking about. So that is great. Let there be light. I love that sentence. This is how we manifest or how we create things as well. You talked about success, what we define as success. It is up to us. Yes. And then we have no regrets at the end of our, let's say, physical life.
Physical life, yes.
Thank you so much. I have another question, of course. What is the biggest misconception about prosperity and balance, and how do you help people break free from it?
I think that my first answer has a lot to do with it is how are you defining what prosperity is? And at the end of your life, none of the things, even though things are blessings and help us to enjoy life and to bless other people, but none of the things will we take with us. It's people. And so learning what is really important. My husband this morning I have a little portable water feature that sounds it's like a fountain with candles on it and stuff. And he does home repair for a living. And so, because every time I hear that, I think water's leaking. And I said, honey, if I went to heaven, I said, you would plug that thing in because you would remind you of me. And those kind of moments are prosperity. I love the word that's resonating with me lately is pause. Just pause and enjoy the moments. Because I think we miss a lot of the blessings in our rushing, in our hurry, and our striving to prove something or to be something. You are amazing and prosperous and great just for being you. Yes, we can improve on who we are and how we affect the world and all those things. There's growth always involved as a life mastery coach. Of course, I'm about growth and improvement. But learning to pause and enjoy the moment on it, to me, that brings more abundance into your life than ever before.
Wow, I love what you said. I'm encouraged to pause this moment now because it's so beautiful to talk about the presence, right? And when it seems like a little bit contradictory because I
Yeah.
never heard it before in the combination of pausing. Pausing means you press pause and you observe, right? You observe
Yes.
what is happening in that moment.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. I don't know what your next question is, but the thought that came to mind is I remember when God told me to add more stillness to my life. And I argued with him that, have you not seen all my to-do list? I can't sit on the couch and do nothing. I can't sit and just listen to music and think. even though meditation started in the Bible. But uh, of course I did after I argued. And I'm a planner, so I charted it every day, like, how many drinks of water you had. I did it like that. How many days did I add stillness? Not just pausing, moments of intentional stillness. And that year, my business doubled. Anytime you add intimacy with God, things are going to bring life. And taking moments of pausing and appreciating people, appreciating such circumstances, and appreciating is abundance. It's just things that we don't often think about. And be so thankful for all that we currently have. You can have thankfulness and want more at the same time. They're not polar opposites, because I'm always wanting to grow and affect more people and that kind of things. I'm not wanting things for the sake of things, but because I enjoy them and they bring me joy. And so when we think about it that way, all of that is prosperity. Prosperity is spirit, soul, and body. It's not things.
Oh, thank you so much for mentioning stillness and to make appointments, or let's say room in your calendar for sitting with God, have conversations. And I studied this a lot the last, I don't know, month, let's say, about stillness. And yeah, and one of my favorite quotes is also, "Peace, be still and know that I am God." And stillness is also where everything is created, right? What was in the beginning before the light was stillness. And this is, yeah, creation. As you said, you doubled your business. Oh my goodness, there's so much more to come. It's only the beginning. What you said about the things as well, they are here to help us to make life more enjoyable or something like that. But we always get what we need in that moment, right? We are provided.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the word. I love this providence thing so much. I have to,
Mm-hmm.
I love words. I have to play with the words now, and words I never said in this podcast, or I never heard in the podcast. I have to implement. Yeah. Thank you so much. Of course, I have another question, and I don't know what this question will be because I'm guided as well. So let's. No, I have my little cues here. For someone listening right now who feels stuck in their journey, what's the first step they can take today to align with their highest potential?
Mm. The first thing I would love to tell them is there's hope, and to let go of the stuck and just say, this is where I am right now. And sometimes we think we're stuck, but we're in a pause, a reassessing, and we need to stop spinning our wheels and listen a lot, and listen to what we're feeling, what we're thinking, and really um, ponder what is going on. What do I want is my next question. What do I want? And once you've defined something that you want, there's different areas of your life, but one thing that you want, and what is one baby step I could take towards that? One of my favorite things that one of my coaches said to me when I called her feeling very overwhelmed, I was in tears, telling her all the things that were going wrong, all the things that I had yet to do, and I didn't know how I was going to do them, and lamenting over all of that. And, Caroline, I just wanted somebody to go, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It's so hard." She didn't do that. She didn't do that. What she said is in a very calm voice, "Donna, do you know what overwhelm is?" And it just like threw my mind off because I'm in my complaining mode. I'm like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like switching, and what is overwhelm? I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, "I'm overwhelmed because I've got all this stuff to do." And she goes, "No, you're overwhelmed because you're imagining and picturing it going wrong." So if you're stuck, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're picturing yourself failing, or already believe you have messed up or will mess up. So instead, picture what you want. Instead of dwelling there, picture what you want and take one baby step in that direction. One of the biggest things that helped me, as I said, I had a coach. The world is full of so much information, but very little wisdom. And we can DIY it to the nth degree. You can find a video on anything and everything. But having wisdom to apply it to your life, sometimes you need a coach, someone to speak to you, to see what you can't see, because I couldn't see that in that moment. So those are some things I would do is, first of all, let go of it, let go of the overwhelm and unstuck, focus on what you want. What is one baby step you could take, and get support.
Wow, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. This is so true. Sometimes we don't see the solution. We feel stuck. Yes. But it's only an illusion when we change perspective and then we ask for help, then
Right.
we see the light again that has always been there. Thank you so much. Where can we find you when people want to reach out to you after listening to this episode?
Well, my best place to find out all the information is my website, and it is the letter I, vibrantliving.com. I always have free gifts on my homepage and my current events that are free that are available as well. And my name is unusual, and you can also find me on social media
I love it. I
and
follow
YouTube.
you. Oh, I think I saw your YouTube channel. Yes, please
Yes.
reach out to Donna. She's amazing. She shares her and she pointed out the difference between information and wisdom. She shares her wisdom and insights with us. I'm so grateful for this interview. Of course, I have another question for you. I know we talked already about goals, goal setting or something. Do you set goals for yourself or intentions? And what is one of your next projects?
Yes, I do. And I love to focus on quarters or 12 weeks at a time and what my goals are, and breaking down what I want to accomplish in a year in those 12 months and really focusing on it, because that gives you times to pivot and shift if you need to in your moments of stillness. My next big event that I am having is on February the 15th. I don't know when this will air, but it's February the 15th, and it is my Audacious Abundance Vibrant Living Women's Summit. There will be 9 speakers sharing on what does it mean to be audacious and have abundance. And it comes from the Bible verse, John 10:10, where Jesus said, I came to give you life and life in abundance. And so we have 9 powerful speakers sharing on that, and each one of them is giving gifts to each attendee. So everyone who comes will get gifts, and they can get it at the entry level or a VIP. And when they get bigger gifts, then both are available for you, and it is virtual, so anyone can attend.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll check it out, of course. I put the links in the show notes. And yeah, thank you for our interview. Now is time for your final thoughts to the audience, please.
To be inspired, which is the name of this podcast, and to be inspired is to focus on what you love. What makes you smile? What do you do that you lose track of time, that you love? And pulling our inspiration from the things that make us happy. And often we can think life needs to be hard. I've got to do the hard stuff. And sometimes that's true. But when you're doing the things that you love, the other stuff seems simpler. So every day, get up and proceed as if success is inevitable, and live vibrantly, because there's always hope.
Thank you so much. This was the best message. I'm inspired now. See you in the next episode. Thank you for listening to Inspired Choice today. I'm thrilled to have you on this journey of growth and transformation. Don't forget to hit follow or subscribe to stay connected and never miss an episode. And here's something special. Grab your free 20-minute breakthrough session with me. It's designed to help you kickstart or level up your business. Just check out the show notes for more. Until next time, keep making those inspired choices and see you in the next episode.